Wealth is attracted, not chased. The truth is, the more you chase money, the further it runs. But the moment you shift your focus to becoming valuable, skilled, disciplined, and wise, money begins to find its way to you. Wealth doesn't respond to desire, it responds to preparation. It doesn't come to those who wish for it, but to those who have built themselves into the kind of person who deserves it. If you want to attract wealth, you must first work harder on yourself than on anything else. Don't just work on your job, work on your mind, your habits, your discipline, and your understanding. The marketplace doesn't pay for time, it pays for value, and value comes from what you know, how well you can do it, and how consistently you perform. You can't earn more than you've become. The income you have today is simply a reflection of the person you've developed up to this point. If you want more, you must become more. Most people chase the illusion of wealth. They want quick results, instant profits, or easy shortcuts. But wealth built quickly often disappears just as fast because it wasn't built on character, principles, or understanding. The goal isn't to make money fast, it's to build a foundation strong enough to keep it. Remember, money flows to competence. When you master your craft, opportunities begin to appear. When you live by discipline, results begin to compound. When you become reliable, dependable, and excellent at what you do, wealth becomes a natural effect, not a forced one. You have to stop asking, "Where's the money?" and start asking, "How can I become better?" That question will change everything. Because when you improve yourself, your communication, your thinking, your planning, your consistency, the world begins to respond differently to you. It's like gravity. What you give out in value, effort, and energy comes back multiplied. That's why Jim Rohn said, if you want to be wealthy, learn to create value for others. The secret to abundance lies in service, in doing something so well that people can't ignore you. You can't chase money and grow at the same time. Chasing leads to desperation, growth leads to attraction. The more desperate you are for money, the more it slips through your fingers. But the moment you focus on contribution, on helping others solve problems, improving your products, or perfecting your skills, the results begin to take care of themselves. The marketplace pays people who deliver value, not those who chase validation. Wealth is like a shadow. If you run after it, it escapes. But if you walk steadily in your purpose, it follows you everywhere you go. The key is patience. Don't expect to plant today and harvest tomorrow. There's a time gap between effort and reward. But if you stay consistent, if you keep watering your skills, improving your habits, and learning from failure, you'll wake up one day surrounded by opportunities that once seemed out of reach. So instead of chasing wealth, attract it. Focus on becoming someone the world can trust, depend on, and respect. Build a reputation for excellence. Let your results speak louder than your words. Develop your mind until it becomes your greatest asset. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. And when you finally reach the point where wealth starts to flow towards you, you'll realize it wasn't luck. It was the inevitable result of who you became. Wealth will no longer be something you pursue. It will simply be something you attract by the person you've decided to become. Plant before you expect to harvest. That's one of the oldest lessons in life, and yet it's one that most people forget in a world obsessed with instant results. We live in a time when everyone wants to skip the process and go straight to the reward. They want the fruit without planting the seed, the promotion without the effort, the wealth without the work. But life doesn't bend to impatience. It rewards those who are willing to plant, nurture, and wait with faith. Every farmer understands this law. He knows that if he doesn't plant in the right season, no amount of wishing will produce a harvest later. He doesn't complain about the soil or the weather or how long it takes. He understands that growth takes time, and that time is his greatest ally, not his enemy. The same applies to your goals, your career, your wealth, and your personal growth. If you haven't planted, don't expect to harvest. If you haven't invested the hours, the discipline, the learning, and the patience, don't expect the rewards to show up on schedule. The secret of the successful is that they respect seasons. They know there's a time to work, a time to wait, and a time to reap. But many people confuse these seasons. They expect instant progress, and when results don't come right away, they give up. That's like digging up the seed every week to see if it's growing. Growth doesn't happen in noise. It happens in quiet persistence. The work you do in silence is what creates the harvest everyone applauds later. If you want your life to change, start planting today. Plant effort into your goals. Plant study into your mind. Plant kindness into your relationships. Plant consistency into your habits. And don't expect a miracle tomorrow. The miracle is already in motion the moment you commit to the process. Just because you don't see results yet doesn't mean nothing's happening. Beneath the surface, roots are forming, strong, invisible foundations that will one day support your success. And yes, there will be days when the soil feels hard and dry. There will be moments when nothing seems to be working. That's when most people quit, right before the first sprout appears. But if you keep watering your vision, keep showing up, keep doing what's right, the day will come when you'll look around and realize that your efforts have multiplied beyond measure. The harvest always belongs to those who endure. Don't let someone else's harvest discourage you. You don't know how long they've been planting. You don't know how many seasons they've waded through, how many storms they've survived. Focus on your soil, your seed, and your season. Because when your time comes, no one will be able to stop your growth. Remember, life will always test your patience before it rewards your persistence. You can't rush a seed to maturity. You can only give it what it needs: time, care, and consistency. So plant now. Plant with purpose, with faith, and with discipline. Because the season you're working in today will determine the harvest you'll live in tomorrow. Don't worry about how long it takes. The time will pass anyway. The question is, will you have something growing when it does? Plant before you expect to harvest, and soon you'll be amazed at how much grows from the seeds you once held in your hand. Most people want to be wealthy, but they forget that true wealth is not built on luck or chance. It's built on habits. You can't have rich results with poor routines. You can't expect abundance when your daily behavior contradicts the life you say you want. Wealth doesn't come to those who simply wish for it. It comes to those who build the right habits, stay consistent, and refuse to quit when progress seems slow. Build habits before building riches, because habits are the foundation on which every lasting fortune is built. Discipline is where the real wealth begins. Every morning you wake up early, you're not just gaining time, you're gaining character. Every time you read, plan, save, or practice your craft, you're laying bricks for your future. The world rewards people who can do what others find inconvenient. While most people wait for motivation, successful people build routines that don't depend on how they feel. That's the secret. Habits don't care about moods. You do it whether it's easy or not, whether the sun shines or not, whether people applaud you or not. When you build habits, you're programming your future. The person who saves a little every day, who invests in learning, who practices patience, who stays consistent, that person is writing their success story one small action at a time. The person who wastes time, who avoids discomfort, who spends more than they earn, they're writing a different story too. Your habits decide which story becomes your life. The difference between the successful and the unsuccessful is rarely talent, it's routine. You see, riches built without discipline vanish just as quickly. Many people make money, but few learn how to keep it or grow it. Why? Because their habits never evolved. They wanted wealth, but they never became the kind of person capable of handling it. Money doesn't make you rich, habits do. A person with strong habits will rebuild wealth even after losing it, but a person without them will lose fortune even after finding it. So, the goal is not to make fast money. The goal is to build habits that attract lasting wealth. Every day is a chance to strengthen your habits. Start with small, simple disciplines. Save a little more, learn something new, improve your focus, or manage your time better. Don't underestimate what consistency can do over time. Small daily efforts compounded with patience turn into extraordinary results. You don't need a perfect plan, you need persistent habits. Remember, success is not achieved in a day, but it is built every day. And here's the truth. Habits change identity. When you practice discipline long enough, you start to see yourself differently. You stop identifying as someone who hopes for success and start becoming someone who creates it. You begin to trust yourself. You stop looking for external validation because your habits give you quiet confidence. That's real power. The confidence that comes from knowing you've earned your progress through effort and consistency. So, if you truly want to build riches, focus first on the person you're becoming. Build habits that make you reliable, consistent, and resilient. Build habits that make you sharper with your time, wiser with your money, and kinder with your energy. Wealth will follow. It always does. Because money flows to those who can manage it, and habits are the best managers of all. Work on your habits every day, and one day you'll look around and realize that riches were never the goal. They were just the beautiful side effect of who you decided to become. Don't envy others. Focus on your season. That one simple idea can change the way you look at progress, success, and even yourself. We live in a world where it's easy to compare. You open your phone and there it is, someone your age driving your dream car, living in your dream house, traveling to places you've only imagined. And without realizing it, you start to question your own path. But let me tell you something Jim Rohn often reminded us of. Your life has its own timing, its own rhythm, and its own reward if you stay patient and keep doing the work. Every farmer knows this truth. You can't plant seeds today and expect fruit tomorrow. There's a process. There's a season of waiting. There's a season where it looks like nothing is happening, but underground the roots are growing. The foundation is forming. You must protect your soil, water your field, and trust that the harvest will come in due time. The same is true for your goals. Just because you can't see results yet doesn't mean progress isn't being made. What you're doing today, every act of discipline, every hour of study, every sacrifice is preparing you for your own season of abundance. The danger of envy is that it shifts your focus. It makes you look at someone else's garden instead of tending to your own. You start measuring your worth by someone else's timeline, and that's a losing game. Everyone's path is different because everyone's purpose is different. The person you're comparing yourself to may have started years before you. They've had their failures, lessons, and quiet years you didn't see. Comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 10 only steals your peace and delays your growth. Instead of envy, practice appreciation. When you see someone succeeding, don't let it discourage you. Let it inspire you. If they can do it, that means it's possible. If they can reach that level, so can you with time, effort, and persistence. Success leaves clues. Learn from those who are ahead, but never let their results make you feel behind. Be a student of success, not a victim of comparison. Every person has a different journey because every person has a different mission. Some grow fast and fade early. Others grow slowly and last longer. A tree that takes 10 years to grow will always outlast the weed that grows in 10 days. Don't trade endurance for instant gratification. Your season will come, but you must stay faithful to your process until it does. Remember, progress is often invisible at first. Growth doesn't always announce itself with fireworks. It happens quietly, in your character, in your mindset, in your habits. One day, you'll look back and realize how far you've come. You'll see that all those lonely nights of work, those small efforts, those unseen sacrifices, they were adding up all along. So stop watching the clock and start trusting the process. The right opportunities will find you when you've earned them. The right people will appear when you're ready for them. The right wealth will come when you can handle it. You don't need to rush, you just need to stay consistent. Don't envy others because their story isn't yours. Focus on your season, your growth, your preparation, your habits. Work quietly, improve daily, and trust that your time is coming. And when it does, you'll be grateful you didn't give up chasing someone else's dream because you'll be living your own. Hard work creates freedom later. That's the principle life teaches anyone willing to listen. The work you do today, the effort you give when no one's watching, the sacrifices you make while others are resting, all of it adds up. Hard work isn't punishment, it's preparation. The moment you understand that, everything changes. You stop seeing effort as pain and start seeing it as investment. Because the truth is, nothing worthwhile is ever built without it. Most people want the reward before they've earned it. They want the lifestyle before the habits, the money before the mastery, the comfort before the challenge. But life doesn't work that way. The marketplace only rewards value, and value takes time to build. You can't skip the process and expect the prize. If you want real freedom, financial, emotional, and personal, you must be willing to pay for it in effort, time, and discipline. Hard work is the down payment for freedom later. There's a difference between being busy and being productive. Many people work hard but not smart. They spend their energy doing what's urgent instead of what's important. Hard work must be guided by purpose. If you're climbing the wrong mountain, no amount of speed will get you where you want to go. So first decide what you truly want, then commit to the grind that leads there. Stay consistent, stay patient, and stay focused on long-term results. The world doesn't owe you anything, but it will respond to your consistent effort. The beauty of hard work is that it builds more than results, it builds character. Every challenge you overcome adds to your strength. Every long night teaches you discipline. Every setback teaches you resilience. And when you've done the hard work, when you've endured the struggle and stayed faithful to the process, you become a different kind of person. You become the kind of person success can trust. That's why wealth, freedom, and peace of mind often come to those who've learned to work when it's hard, not only when it's easy. In life, there's a season to grind and a season to enjoy the fruits of your grind. The farmer works through sweat and dirt, not because he loves the labor, but because he loves the harvest. In the same way, your effort today is creating the freedom you'll enjoy tomorrow. Every hour you invest in learning, every ounce of discipline you apply, every distraction you overcome, it all compounds. You may not see results instantly, but they're building quietly beneath the surface. One day, you'll wake up and realize the freedom you wanted has arrived. You'll have time to rest because you've already paid the price. You'll have choices because you worked when you didn't have them. You'll enjoy peace because you earned it through persistence. That's the reward of hard work, freedom. Freedom from worry, from limits, from dependency. Freedom to live life on your terms. So don't run from the hard work, embrace it. Because what feels heavy now will one day feel light. What seems exhausting today will one day be empowering. And the very effort that drains you will one day define you. Remember, the price of success must always be paid in advance. Work hard now, stay patient, stay focused, and let freedom become your dividend. Because hard work creates freedom later. And freedom is the finest reward a person can ever earn. Let success be the result of who you become. That's the foundation of real achievement. Too many people chase the outcome instead of becoming the kind of person capable of creating it. They want the income without the effort, the rewards without the responsibility, the spotlight without the struggle. But life doesn't work that way. The universe doesn't hand you success because you wish for it. It responds to the person you become in the process of earning it. Work hard now and let wealth be the side effect later. Success is never about the money. It's about the discipline, mindset, and character that money recognizes if you focus on developing yourself, your habits, your focus, your patience. Wealth will follow as naturally as day follows night. But when you focus only on the money, you lose sight of what truly creates it. The goal isn't to get rich quick. The goal is to get better daily. Think about a farmer. He doesn't plant seeds today and expect a full crop tomorrow. He understands the laws of nature. Sow, water, wait, and reap. The same principle applies to your success. You can't skip steps. You can't cheat the seasons, and you can't demand instant results. You have to plant your effort, nurture your growth, and trust that the harvest will come when you've done enough of the right things for long enough. Many people get frustrated because they see others succeeding faster. But remember, everyone has their own timing. Someone else's harvest doesn't mean your soil is broken. It just means your season hasn't arrived yet. The key is to keep tending to your garden, your mind, your habits, your goals. Stay patient, because impatience kills more dreams than failure ever could. When you work hard now, you're not just earning income, you're building a foundation for long-term freedom. You're training yourself to handle success when it arrives. If you can stay disciplined when the rewards are small, you'll stay grounded when they become great. The habits you build in struggle will sustain you in success. Don't take shortcuts. They only shorten your growth. The real reward of hard work isn't what you get, it's who you become. You become someone who can be trusted with responsibility, someone who doesn't break under pressure, someone who can lead, inspire, and multiply success in others. When you grow into that kind of person, you no longer need to chase wealth. It comes looking for you. That's the paradox of success. You stop needing it the moment you truly deserve it. So decide today to stop chasing outcomes and start becoming excellent. Read more, think deeper, work harder, stay consistent. Build character that money can't buy and discipline that distractions can't destroy. The marketplace will always reward excellence, and excellence is built one disciplined day at a time. When success finally arrives, you'll realize it wasn't luck, it wasn't timing, it was you. It was the countless invisible hours you invested when no one was watching. It was the self-control to do what needed to be done, even when you didn't feel like it. It was the patience to stay the course when the results were slow. That's why true wealth is a reflection of personal growth. It's the evidence that you became more capable, more consistent, more valuable. So don't chase success. Become the kind of person success can't ignore. Work hard now, stay humble, and keep growing. Let success be the result of who you become, and wealth will simply follow as the natural side effect of your transformation.